the Trump that I remember from being a New Yorker, the art of the deal. I mean, this man is a deal maker. It may not be conventional type deal making, but he gets the deal. And you don't want to be on the other side of the table if you're not going to be in alignment with him. He knows how to walk away from a deal if it's not going to be a good one for him or the country.
Yeah. And that's the thing, say what you will about how successful he was in his personal businesses, which he's successful in the sense that he got projects done that he wanted to get done oftentimes, and I would even say more often than not. But if you go back and actually look at most, if not just about all of his business deals, very few of them were profitable. I think even from his book standpoint, only The Art of the Deal was his real only profitable book, and I think they were expecting to sell like 500,000 copies, and they may have sold 200. And actually, no, I think this was The Art of the Comeback that they didn't quite. I think met like half of what they thought they would sell, but and even that was maybe his second biggest book that didn't even really.
The Art of the Deal, I think, was the big thing
by far and away.
Yes, but one thing about Trump that I think every New Yorker knows this story, but the Wollman Rink in Central Park. This really goes back. I'm not really sure exactly when, but probably the early 80s. So it's the skating rink in Central Park, and Trump and his first wife owned the Plaza Hotel, which overlooked the skating rink. And the city was trying to fix the skate. It was inoperable. They had bids and all kinds of contractors, and nobody wound up completing the deal. And he said, I want to watch my grandchildren skate on this skating rink. So he made a contract with the city. He said, I will get this done in 6 months for whatever X dollars. He knew nothing about this. He went up to Canada, where the hockey is really big. He figured out who they use for skating rinks. And he came in don't quote me on this, but he came in under budget and early.
Yeah.
And, it is a big attraction in New York, So, that's a minor project compared to Trump Tower. And the one that I remember when I was working was the Grand Hyatt Hotel on Grand Central Station.
I think that was his big first project.
Yes,
right? Yep.
It was his big first project. It was an SRO, homeless, hookers, drug addicts. And the Grand Hyatt was a gorgeous hotel. I remember meeting friends after work and having drinks on their bar that overlooked the city. And, he had vision. He had a lot of vision.
And that's, say what you will, but he's bringing a lot of, his background into the White House, quite literally,
Yes.
With some of the construction renovation work going on there.
Absolutely.
But, he brings up a point. He's able to get a lot of this done in a way that other presidents weren't, just because it's not the world that they grew up in the same way that, as good as Trump is here from a development perspective, very lacking from a technical, sort of innovation perspective. Very clear to me whenever he goes to open his mouth about really any sort of technology, from the chips, and, he's very clearly trying to come up with something to say other than, NVIDIA, they make the best chips, the greatest chips. I'm like, it's like, Trump,
the most beautiful chips.
They're not Lay's, But then I heard him talk about drones recently, and it's like America makes the best drones, and it's like we're not even close. We are easily a decade behind, in making the best drones. And so again, no one's going to have a complete understanding of every aspect of what you should ideally have a good understanding of.
But that's why he has a cabinet. He has advisors, and